Hey guys, Ottr here, and I just finished my solo to master grind on my alt account SoloQ journey. This has been an educational playthrough and I noticed some very distinct differences in the different lobbies as I went up the ranks. And I'm going to tell you what sets all ranks apart and how you can outplay them. These things are mainly oriented for SoloQ, but they are also applicable to full stacks. Are you ready? Let's go. Bronze is where every player starts out, no matter their skill levels. There's basically no matchmaking at this point, and you will go against seasoned players who don't play ranked, players who literally just got level 10 and want to play ranked, and you get smurfs. As such, there's not a specific strat that you can use to get out of this rank. If you find yourself struggling in bronze, you want to practice your fighting. And if anything, just drop hot to either get kill points or at the very least practice your mechanics. I've seen many bronze players play too passive and scared in bronze lobbies. Don't. There's literally zero fee or cost to play, so there's no reason to play scared. And if anything, playing scared is an invitation for experienced players to just run over you. Stay on the run, look for fights or rotations, but never stay in one place for too long and you'll get out of bronze without even trying. Now that we are in silver, we do start seeing some differences in playstyles. Most bronze players were either too passive and hard stuck or just played too aggressively. Once you hit silver, you'll have to pay a 12 RP fee for every game you enter. And as such, you will see teams being a little bit scared to make plays for the sake of their RP. You'll see full teams and solo players running off to rat to preserve that RP, but always remember that being passive or defensive is a sign of weakness, and you actually want to look to fight these teams that signal that they don't want to put up a fight. I wouldn't worry about having to pay the fee, since 12 RP is still significantly low compared to how much RP a kill or a squad wipe can get you. Silver players are prone to have action paralysis and are very often too slow to move. As such, try to avoid being outside of the ring or by the edge of zone, because this is where you will find most of the server. Gold lobbies are filled with players who learn that they can push the progress, and as such, these lobbies tend to swing towards chaotic. Many teams hot drop and play aggressive to push, and will push you for no apparent reason, even if it means both of you will get wiped out. This is probably because they adjusted from passive silver lobbies where teams kinda just sit around and wait to be pushed. You can secure easy kill points by looking for third parties, but keep in mind that you will not be the only one. Even if you have a clean fight, odds are that the rest of the server will dogpile on you before you finish it. As such, make sure that your fight is safe and clean, and be sure to back up from the fight once you've gotten your points, because odds are that you're going to get third party yourself. Because of its chaos, you want to try and mitigate your risk by playing on the inside of the zone, not too deep as you won't be any teams to fight and you won't get kill points, but just deep enough that you won't get hit by the immediate chaos of teams playing edge or outside of the ring, while at the same time being able to step in and secure loot and kill points. Avoid hotspots if you can, especially if you already have kill points and just want to wait for the placement points to rain in. Once you have what you need, you can play for a win. I'll actually be using all of the tricks in this video and more in my subathon on Twitch that's probably going on when this video airs. I'll be grinding 10 RP for every sub starting at level 1 to build a buffer. I will see you guys on Twitch. Welcome to Platinum. This is the first rank where you start getting hard stuck gatekeepers. The 36 RP fee is just enough to keep the worst of the worst stuck at Platinum 4, and if you want to get out of this tier, you're going to have to adjust. Many players rat their way to Platinum with ease. Since the lobbies of the previous ranks cleared out so easily, you could literally leave the game running and still get RP. This means that there's plenty of rats who don't progress, and many fights are incredibly easy if you have good mechanics yourself. If you are solo queuing, keep a close eye on your teammates, as there's no way to know whether they ratted their way to Platinum or actually earned it. Look for an early fight, either on drop by landing next to two teams contesting or just rotating into a third party. If your team struggles to pull their own weight or shows signs of weakness, make a mental note not to rely on them later on. Platinum lobbies clear out fairly fast as well, but that's because half of the teams are rats or just generally weak players, and the other half are competent players looking to kill the rest of the lobby. Things usually slow down around mid to late game, so depending on your lobbies, you might want to look for a late game position. If you are on the edge, odds are there's going to be plenty of rats hiding for RP, so you can and you should walk around your space in a ring to clear out for rats and make sure that your back is safe in the end game, so you don't get randomly griefed by someone hiding in a corner. Compared to previous ranks, Platinum has a lot of cheesers. A lot. I'm pretty sure this is a combination of game sims starting to form and the way that they ratted to the rank. Because of this, you want to be careful when running into certain buildings or high grounds. Odds are a full team might be hiding there and waiting for you. If you take a team fight and you end up not getting third partied, there could still be a team who's riding right next to the fight and are waiting for you to rotate into them instead of pushing from the advantage of a third party. I speak from experience. Diamond is the second gatekeeper rank. The recent changes to ranked means that the best rats will still manage to get out of Platinum and get hard stuck in Diamond 4. The fee is now 48 RP to play, and you do not realistically get out of this rank unless you get a few kill points per game. The kill point requirement forces you to either play for position and get kills late, or get early kills and then react from there. Both are valid strats, but playing for loot, position, and then finally kills in the endgame is risky if your teammates aren't able to carry their own weight, or if anything goes wrong in the middle of the game. If your positioning and rotations are solid, you can try your luck at setting up for endgame. Camping a god spot will actually add a lot of pressure to your team, and even the best teams will struggle to keep it from early in the game. As such, you want to instead play near the god spot. Make sure to pressure any team that happens to take it early and continue to stay on the edge. Then you can take the god spot when the timing is right or there's a crisp third party waiting for you. If you make the decision to take early kill points, you want to once again find a third party to push. The safest third parties are outside of the zone or near the edge of the map. You will know if a third party is safe when you are all leaving the dropship, since you'll see where everyone else drops. If you see two teams contesting on drop fairly close, you can run in and close it out. If you find teams fighting as you're rotating in mid to late game, stay disciplined and think twice before attempting to third party, because there are probably plenty of teams trying to secure early kill points off their own. When I have secured some early kill points, I usually actually avoid fighting mid game and instead make wide rotates around every team until I get a decent position to play for endgame. This makes even more sense when you keep in mind that diamonds contest very often and it's rare that every POI is looted. This means that you can find a lot of loot and make sure that your entire team is wholly set by the time endgame comes around, as you can probably find several loot spots that haven't been hit on the way into the ring. Diamond endgames are a little bit difficult. They're not impossible though. If you manage to get a decent position and you stay alive till the top 3, that's when all the mind games begin. There's no guaranteed winner in this scenario, since all 3 teams know the unwritten rule of top 3. Do not be the first team to fight. There are generally 3 ways to get out of this Mexican standoff. Either roll the dice and break the unspoken rule and push the weakest team without exposing yourself to the other, and hope to clean it out and reset before the third party comes in. You can also initiate a fight and even get a pick or opening, and then instantly back off the second the other team rolls into third party. Heal up and then push back in to clean up both of the teams when they're not looking at you. The third way is just hiding and hoping that the other 2 teams fight each other. This won't work all of the time, but it will work if you have a god spot and you don't have to move out of cover in the final ring, as the last 2 teams have to run into the open and fight each other. Whichever works best comes down to game sense and experience, but you'll get the hang of it eventually. Just remember that most endgames are literally just a game of chicken. If you have followed all of this advice, you should be in Master by now. Getting out of Master into Predator takes a combination of the previous tactics and a lot of time. The 60 RP fee is soul crushing, and you will lose RP unless you can consistently secure early kill points. Master lobbies are very close to Diamond lobbies in how they play out, except there's a few Predator teams that are significantly better than the average Master. If you are solo queuing and you see a Pro or a Predator team, avoid them at all costs. Unless you have a solid position and are prepared, odds are you're gonna lose. If not because of you, it'll be because of one of your other SoloQ teammates. You want to find other Master teams or Diamond trails and force fights on them, because these are the team fights you have the highest chance of winning. Once you have secured kill points, you want to rotate your team into good positions and show presence. As previously mentioned, good teams see passive and scared play as an invitation to push. You have to poke the teams that try to run up on you. If you deal enough damage, they will back off and leave you alone. Continue doing this in a good position and eventually you'll be set up for a late game. When you are in Master, you will rarely take a clean team fight. Keep rotating and look for third parties where you are certain that you won't get punished. It only takes one successful team fight to get you set with items and kill points for endgame. Grinding in Predator is once again a combination of all these and time. The main way to get Predator is just spending a lot of time. I cannot stress this enough. You have to play properly with a full stack and you will climb in the Predator ranks. If you want to see me explain all of this decision making and how I won 4 times in a row in Diamond lobbies in my Solo to Master grind, that video is available on the screen right now. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you all tomorrow or on the subathon.